Hello and welcome to the pilot episode of Level 4 Real Estate News. I'm the Level 4 Realtor. My name's Carlos, and it's a pleasure to be with you. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a real estate agent out here in the Tampa Bay area. Been a realtor for about 3 years now, and I'm getting more and more involved in different ways of trying to promote my brand. And I'm now getting involved in trying to create a channel where I will be bringing you local updates, statistical updates, real estate news, or even just information about the area. This is a beautiful area with lots to do, lots of beautiful places to visit and see. And I will be trying to bring that to you on a weekly basis. That's the goal. So for now, though, I'm just basically bringing you a story that really caught my attention one morning when I was taking the kids to school. I first heard it on the radio, and then I had to research it, and I found it. It was in the Tampa Bay Times from February 6th, and it was an article about the idea that Floridians should start to pool their money through Citizens for hurricane damage and hurricane repairs, and kind of peel that away from private insurance companies. I have some snippets from the article. It says here, during a 30-minute presentation and discussion, two representatives described a radically different vision for Florida homeowners regarding their insurance. Instead of Floridians paying hurricane premiums to private for-profit insurers, they could be covered by the state-run Citizens Property Insurance, and probably for cheaper. Citizens would collect the money, much like the National Flood Insurance Program, the lawmakers said. The move could save residents money and provide a more reliable backstop than the private insurance market, some lawmakers said. And they said the money would be there for hurricane response instead of potentially going toward profits or payouts to insurance executives. Now, apparently, they tried this 15 years ago. During the last insurance crisis. We always seem to have one every time we are hit with either a very major storm or a series of storms. And it looks like the idea didn't go anywhere. And they're projecting that if lawmakers had adopted this approach way back when it was first tried 15 years ago, we would have a surplus of $82 billion by now toward insurance, toward hurricane damages. So a big old safety net or a huge money pot just for hurricane damages for Floridians. So I started to think about that. It's like, can you imagine if we were to remove the flood and hurricane portion of our insurance policies and put it towards Citizens? We would have such a variety of insurance companies because they obviously don't really like having to deal with hurricane damage. And that's one of the things about Florida that people do tend to look upon negatively, is that we have a really bad insurance situation right about now. And we're trying to figure out what to do. And it always happens after either a major storm, in this case, Ian. It happened back during Andrew, where insurance companies were fleeing the state. And there has to be a resolution to that. I just wanted to share my thoughts on this as a way to get the channel going as well. I think this is a great idea. This would be amazing if we could separate that cost. It would definitely lower the cost of insurance, as it would allow more insurance companies to compete. And that is something that Florida severely needs. I think almost, like, I don't want to say almost the whole state, but a huge chunk of the state right now is enrolled in Citizens. And that's really not what it was designed for, but yet here we are. And so this is a great idea. I do believe that our lawmakers should take this policy much more seriously, put more thought into it, and come up with options and ways for Floridians to I understand it's probably an extra tax or some added tax somewhere, but in the long run, that is something that the state of Florida, I feel, would greatly benefit from, and it would greatly benefit our pocketbooks as well, especially as homeowners, and even for us real estate agents. One of the things we have to deal with, or at least one of the questions we get asked often during the process of a contract or home search is, is it in a flood zone? Um, is it going to cost a lot? What are the costs? And it would be great to be able to just explain to the potential client buyer, hey, it's not that bad. You're going to have certain costs that are going to go to citizens that will deal with hurricane damage. These are the companies that are going to provide you X coverage for how much, and choose your best rate. But right now, that is a very big sore spot for the state of Florida, for the people who live here, and for people who are thinking about moving here. It's a point of hesitation, and rightfully so. I think I'm pretty sure our insurance costs are some of the highest in the country. So I think I would urge our lawmakers to definitely look further into this. I think it would help us as a state. It would help my industry. And I think all of us would be much more content with this kind of policy. Now, of course, that's just my opinion. Feel free to drop a comment below, your opinions. Tell me your thoughts about it, whether it's good or bad, why or why not. It's all about engaging in conversation, especially when it comes to the wonderful state of Florida. And I look forward to continue doing this with you, sharing information, sharing data, sharing statistics. And my goal is to try to do this once a week. I'll do that as best I can. But for now, thank you for spending a few minutes with me on this topic. And I look forward to seeing you again. Take care.